qualities of awareness?
The qualities of awareness.
If there are qualities, like once I asked spiritual teacher what happiness would want to him, and he said happiness is your true nature. Yes. And I know this when I'm happy.
Yeah.
Mostly when I'm resting into awareness, it's very neutral.
Yeah. I see. You don't feel happy when you're resting in awareness.
Well, it's sometimes happiness arrives.
Yeah.
But it's more neutral.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, I'm not dividing awareness into different qualities.
Okay.
Awareness is awareness. But we can be with our attention so absorbed in what we are thinking or what we are feeling or what we are perceiving in the sense perceptions that we are not aware of being aware. We can be half asleep and somewhat aware, or you can be aware of being aware, conscious of being conscious. And this, if you are conscious of being conscious, then there is an entire quality to it, but it's not really a different category of consciousness. It's simply that you are bringing your attention back to consciousness and becoming aware of what consciousness is, or not what it is, but just aware of consciousness. That's the possibility in a human form. We are not simply instinctively aware, like the dog is also aware, has also thoughts, has also feelings, but it's all instinctive. And we can be conscious of being conscious. And that, at the end, makes all the difference. On one hand, we can create a hell when we are misusing consciousness. Like the dog is not capable of creating a hell like we are capable. On the other hand, if we simply bring the attention back to consciousness and learn to relax in that, then that experience of consciousness, the experience of existence starts to unfold. Now, when we start to train our attention to get more and more aware, then often it can look a little dry. Then, okay, we are in awareness, it's fine. So what? Big deal. But we are still, in a way, on the level of the mind, becoming aware of consciousness. But then, if you start to really detach into it, dive into it, then gradually you become aware that all the happiness that you ever can experience comes out of that. It's connected. Anyhow, you cannot artificially produce that, so it's fine. Stay with consciousness, but then learn to relax. Don't try to be consciously conscious tense. Bring the attention back to that and relax. And when it goes out again, bring it back again and relax. Sometimes maybe we may a moment a bit strain because the mind wants to go woo, woo, woo. Okay, but then relax. And the more you can relax, the more you really dive into it, the more that joyousness of existence is simply bubbling up. It's not separate from that, but it depends the level of consciousness where we are putting the attention on, whether you are aware that that juice of life is also there. Usually we are happy when things are nice. The circumstances are to our liking, and then we feel happy. But what is really happening there, that for some time we are not torturing our mind. If the circumstances are to our liking, then we are not thinking it should be different, it should be different, it should be like this. But for a moment, to some degree, we relax without being aware that we are doing that. And in that relaxation, that joyousness of existence has a chance, bloop, 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 come to the surface. After that, we think, oh, I was so happy because of this and this and this and this, and we try to reproduce it, and most of the time it doesn't work. But the happiness we are experiencing when we are happy is not coming from the circumstances. It's not coming from our thoughts or emotions, but from the fact that somehow that helped us to relax enough that for some time we just let go, at least to some degree. And in that letting go, we simply become aware of that joyousness that is always there. It's always there, it's never absent, but we can create so many barriers of perception that we are not aware of it. All our mental stuff that we are carrying along, all the tensions we are creating, simultaneously I want to go left, simultaneously I want to go right, I want it, I don't want it, all the mental concerns that we are having, what happened yesterday, what's going to happen tomorrow, what is he again talking about me, all that we are always having in the mind is preventing us from simply being aware of that natural joyousness that is always there. The more we can simply let go, the more it's there. And as long as we are concentrating on consciousness, there may still be quite some tension there. You may be getting relatively quite conscious, but we keep that concentration with a certain tension. And you have to learn to let also that go. Relax. And then this juicy joyousness is coming all by itself. That's the bliss they are talking about in the tradition. They are talking about you can come to a state where you are in eternal bliss, and people sometimes imagine that eventually you are in a perpetual ecstasy. But it doesn't work like that. It's not. Ecstasy is also an experience. It comes, it has a peak, it goes. Nothing wrong with it. It's a nice experience. But it's an experience. It comes, it goes. There is something different than the ecstasy. It's what I would call a peaceful joyousness. And that is never absent. It's not created by circumstances. It's not dependent on anything. It's always there. But whether we are aware of it or not is dependent whether we are capable of letting go.